What's up everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another retro review with a special motherboard from Soltek. If you want to take a trip down the memory lane, keep watching this video. First off, let's talk about the motherboard itself. This motherboard was released between the years of 2002 to 2004, but I'm not exactly sure. If you know it, please comment below. And the price was estimately about $200. Just looking at the box of this full ATX motherboard, we can see everything about it feels very premium and well made, including the box itself. As we can see on the side of the box, we can see the website name for this brand, and also we can see the motherboard name. Right after opening the box, we can see some information including the awards that the brand got and some of the other motherboards from this same brand, something we don't see in today's motherboards. As we can see, these are the other brands of the motherboard, but the version of this motherboard is the SL-85ERV2. Removing the first cover, we can see the motherboard itself. The motherboard is inside the packaging, and inside the packaging we can see other things including the I/O port, both metallic and plastic backplate. We also can see some other cables and screws that comes with the motherboard. Again, everything about this motherboard is very well made and you cannot compare it with what you get today. Everything about it feels premium and high quality. Moving on, we get almost a book about everything about this motherboard, including the parts, the drivers, how to install them and how to use it. Everything is included in here. Additionally, we get some warranty information on this card, which is not very important right now. We also get a quick start guide on the motherboard on how to set up and connect everything to the motherboard itself. Now moving to the board itself, we can see right before taking it out of the packaging it says caution for AGP 4X 8X VGA cards only. This is very important as the technology of the VGA cards at that time changed, which I'll explain to you further on in the video. While I'm taking the motherboard out of the packaging, I want to tell you that this motherboard is powered by the VIA PX400 chipset, which is accompanied by components like the VIA VT8235 and the VT8754, which were the powerhouse behind many early Pentium 4 and Celeron processors. Because this motherboard was supported by both Pentium 4 and Celeron processor, it was designed for both casual users and power users. Looking at the board itself, we can see it had 3 RAM sticks and you could connect up to 2 GB of RAM, DDR RAM to it. Looking at the motherboard expansion slot, we can see at the top we have 4X and 8X AGP slot and 6 PCIe slots on the motherboard, something we don't see on today's motherboard. So as you saw the packaging previously, it said we only can connect 4X and 8X AGP cards to this motherboard. As you can see, this is an older graphic card that does not support PCI or 4X AGP and we cannot connect to it. If you connect this type of GPU to this motherboard, you would damage it. So as you saw from here, this motherboard offered plenty of room for expansion and connectivity, and this was a great option for power users. Talking about capacitors, this is a list of capacitors that you can find in this motherboard. Back then it was very important to know how many capacitors you have in this motherboard and to check them regularly, because there was a known issues of having faulty or leaking capacitors in this board that caused problems such as system instability and even potentially burning the board out. This could also damage other components like your graphic card and hard drive, so it was a good idea to check all of the capacitors once in a while. Talking about the I/O ports of this motherboard, you got one 3.5 audio combo, one floppy interface, one game port, 2 ID interface, one PS2 keyboard and mouse, one RJ45 LAN, 2 serial and 6 USB 2.0. Other than having some issues with the capacitors in this type of board, it was a great option for many power users and casual users at that time. If you ever have this motherboard, please comment below and let me know your experience. Other than this, thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.